says she will continue to be involved in all decisions relating to her two children. The princess will also continue to live in Kensington Palace. In this country, the nation's First Lady certainly has attracted her share of the spotlight, but it's her hair that's creating all the buzz on the information superhighway. In fact, there's a page on the web that is all about her hair. It's called Hillary Vision, and thousands have combed over it. It includes 40 pictures of Hillary in 40 different hairdos. He may not have a page for his hair on the web just yet, but it may be in the cards for State Representative Bill Lorge, at least if he has his way. Pat Sims joins us now with more from the best-known Elvis fan.
Exactly. You know, Republican lawmaker from Bear Creek, Bill Lorge, went to the auction at Fighting Bob LaFollette's ancestral home in Maple Bluff last weekend, and he picked up a historic sideboard for $1,200.
Okay.
Now he thinks there's some sort of mystical connection between Fighting Bob LaFollette, Elvis Presley, and him.
Thinking, see, being very concerned about history and preserving good historic furniture, I thought it was a must that I get in there and try to acquire something from Bob LaFollette. When I was in there, I sat in his chair, and behind me was his portrait. And the people who were running the sale were whispering, you know, something, and I looked up at him and they go, "Do you know that you look like him?" And I go, "Really?" And then the other one said, "Oh, the resemblance is unbelievable." That's really the first I thought about it. And then you know, I thought, well, I looked back and his hair was kind of, you know, he had his hair combed back really neat. And then I thought, well, then there's got to be a connection here between Bob and the king and little old me. Do you kind of notice the resemblance there?
Between whom and whom?
Well, Elvis and Bob. I think they said that Elvis copied Tony Curtis's hairstyle. I think he was copying Bob LaFollette. I think there's some resemblance there.
The trio here?
I think we're a trio.
So you think there's some sort of mystic thread between Elvis and you and Bob?
You know, I really do. Yeah, I do. I think that Bob LaFollette is talking to a lot of legislators and elected officials in the Capitol. There are a lot of times where the fight gets really tough, and I do think to myself, you know, what would people like Bob LaFollette do in this situation? You know, I even think to myself, you know, what would Elvis do, or even, you know, from my upbringing, what would Jesus do in this situation? You know, Elvis was going to run for president, and I think he would have won every primary had he done that. But can you imagine 1996? It would just be a walk-in for him this year.
Who knew?
I'm speechless.
I knew you would be.
I don't know what to say.
That mystical connection exists.
We maybe should not let him know that Hillary has her own page on the web.
You know, the next thing you know, he's going to want one.
He may want his own page on the web.
And Bob LaFollette wants one, and Elvis probably wants one.
Right. They can share the trio themselves.
Exactly.
And he did buy that. He did buy that piece of furniture we showed there.
He's going to bring it down and put it in his office.
He is.
Indeed.
Well, then he can continue the feeling of having them all together there in the office. Yes, a little shrine, so to speak. All right.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Pat. Well, we will get the complete weather forecast from Elmer Childress when we come back. And Carol Walker will keep your body guessing with a great workout. Stay with us.